Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Sunday, Mosh Pit. I hope your Sunday is going off to a great start. We're waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes for TM Trainer Month. Over the weekend, we have some that are very close, so definitely go check those out. And also, the Balatro series still rocking and rolling over on the second time slot every single day, 1 hour after this video goes live, regardless of how long these Isaac videos run. Yeah, we'll just keep plugging away, man, because I'm having fun in Balatro. Some frustrations, but I mean, you know, I think that with Balatro and Isaac both working in tandem, it's a different type of frustration that doesn't get overwhelming. It's still a lot of fun to play. So here's your meme of the day / picture of the day, sent in by Remarkably Big 1483. Title thread was 3D printed Sinvicta Polyphemus, and then in the thread themselves, they said accidentally created Sinvicta Polyphemus with a 3D print when 3D printing some enclosure parts. And at first, I was like, what is this? Like, surely this had to be like just a joke or whatever. But then I realized that, oh, they were actually trying to print something else, and it just happened to start looking like Sinvicta with Polyphemus. So I did like that one. Thank you very much, Remarkably Big, and everyone who upvoted that one. Got the D1 Hizzle up in Hizzle. 1 X-Ray Bravo Victor on. Well, we got good tiers, not great damage, bad movement speed, and shot speed's also kind of doo-doo. D100 starts, man, like they are always hit or miss, right? Like you're always going to have either a way to ball out of control early on, or you're just going to roll into bad stats, and then you're always going to be playing catch up. I'm not necessarily against re-rolling here with the D100, just with a basic HP upgrade, but you got to remember we are going to lose that HP upgrade if we re-roll out of it, I think. I also don't want to nuke our stats from the start, but at the same time, could roll into something a little bit more exciting here. We should probably wait until we see what's in our item room before we start rolling. I don't like the idea of rolling from the D100 just immediately. I'd much rather kind of like, if we're going to take a more measured approach to re-rolling, it needs to either be after we go to the item room or we go fight the boss. And right now we haven't done either, so, but you know, there's definitely room for improvement when it comes to our stats here. We also have this world card, which I don't want to lose. Okay, let's stop walking into these shots here. How about that? That'd be a good start. Yeah, spin to win and spin to bad. And we get Lost Soul Buddy. Check him out now. We also gain damage. What did we lose though? We gained movement speed, we gained tiers, we gained damage. We didn't gain shot speed. We lost a lot of luck, so I think that's where a majority of our stats went. We also rolled into Key Beggar, which, but you see there we did lose our HP upgrade. But this is actually, from a stat standpoint, not terrible. Oh yeah, we lost. Okay, never mind. We lost a ton of range. I'm just now looking at how absolutely pathetic our range is, and now I'm seeing for myself. But it's always just a crapshoot whenever you've got the D100 as a starting item with Eden. You know, you're never. Oh, this is one big old dead end. Lucky us. You just never know what you're going to roll into, and the bigger crapshoots is stat related, because again, you're not always going to be able to roll into something that's great, but you might get something that's like mediocre to good. But at the same time, if your stats are bad, you're gonna have to re-roll out of it. So like you're always kind of playing catch up with the D100, and that's what I don't like about it. If the D8 wasn't involved in the D100, then I would totally be down for it. But then at that point, you're just like, well, it's just the D4 then with like extra steps. Yeah, this is just one big old dead end. Movement speed is definitely on point though. I like having that 1.49 movement speed here. Okay. Reverse Lover's card, we can use that inside of a secret room. Let's go see if we can find one. Now, with that big room over there, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find it immediately. No, we didn't. So, this... Will the Lover's card kill us here? I actually think... I'm almost positive that if we use this Lover's card, the reverse Lover's card here, it's going to kill us. So, and I am not going to take that chance. Okay, hopefully it's not Green Duke. Duke is still scary on 1 HP though, but luckily we have the damage and Tears Rate to keep up with him. Green Duke would be a totally different level of danger though. We'd be in legitimate problem territory. Okay, we're gonna take Roid Rage and head on down to the next floor. You thought I was gonna forget Lost Soul Buddy, didn't you? Didn't you? I know it. I saw your little fingers typing on the keyboard. Oh my god, I can't believe he. Don't worry. Don't worry. I was waiting so we can clear the floor for Lost Soul Buddy, turn around and maybe get an angel item or something, but we are definitely re-rolling out of this because this range is awful. That and I don't want Keybeggar. Keybeggar is one of those beggars that is just like you're never ever going to get anything useful out of him normally until you get to like the chest or something. I mean, yeah, occasionally like if you have like Mom's Key or something. We can actually re-roll. I actually want to kind of keep Lost Soul Buddy. And okay, well we got Slipped Rib and then we got Mom's Coin Purse, which isn't going to do anything. Yeah, so here's to hoping that Lost Soul Buddy is going to give us at least some soul hearts. If not, give us an angel item. We could take the reverse Lover's card in case if he does give us soul hearts, but even then I'd rather save them for the devil deal. Double checking real quick to make sure we didn't miss anything here. I am going to bomb the donation machine. Did not get the nickel, unfortunately. Here's the thing with the... If we take a secret room item, that is the end of our re-rolling, period, point blank. We cannot take a secret room item with a D4 or D100 situation because you're guaranteed to get Missing No or TM Trainer. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with the world card. Thank you, Lost Soul Buddy. So we go on to the inaugural Mosh Pit question of the episode. This is going to be the new era in comment engagement where I ask you all to give me the questions that are going to get upvoted, and then I will simply answer the most upvoted question. And congrats to DNA for getting the very first ever Mosh Pit community question of the episode here. This was from last Sunday, of course. And they said, here's my question. Why are you not fond of Yo Listen, a.k.a. Navi? I know you say some items have downsides but that people ignore. And I sometimes agree, but this item literally does nothing negative. So we talked about this on a recent episode. And again, it's funny to me that people get fired up about it. I'm not saying that DNA is fired up about it, but other people definitely get fired up about it. It's infinitely funny to me. For Navi, a lot of the times I will skip Navi just out of spite. Those of you who've watched me long enough, you'll know that like stuff like Pageant Boy or like, you know, if I re-roll or if I go really, really, really hard for like an item that I'm wanting to get through re-rolls and then like, you know, the judgment pays out with like portable slot or something like that. You know that instead of me taking the item, I'll simply just walk out. That is most of the time the case when it comes to Yo Listen, aka Navi. And no, there is no downside to Navi, but a majority of the time you see me skip her is because it's just flat out spite. I don't want the item at all. We go back over here. And there's also some items that I just straight up just don't like. Speaking of Polyphemus, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, we got some movement speed. I'm going to wait on picking up whatever that was. I've already forgotten. What was that item? I have the memory of a goldfish right now. So yeah, so that's that stuff little silly things like Navi and stuff like I won't take just based out of just pure spite. Yeah, multi-dimensional bait, we can take it. It's a devil deal item. We can re-roll through it. I don't know if we're going to end up re-rolling through Polyphemus. It is a lot of damage, but we also destroyed our Tears Raid. Not that Polyphemus helps out in general with that, unless we get 2020, of course. But our damage is now super good. And we're really primed here to to scale very nicely with the Devil Deal items. So we may be done re-rolling. There we go. But thank you, DNA, for the question of the episode. And again, if you want to submit your own, just type it in the comment section, and I will read the most upvoted comment. The inaugural question, that one had, at the time of this recording, over 245 uploads from the Mosh Pit. So very, very cool. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Again, keeping it on point with Isaac, that sort of stuff is encouraged because that's the only type of questions I am going to be answering. And, you know, just to kind of let a little bit more insight on, like, why I do some of the goofy things that I do. Man, I really wish I would have picked up that mini charge. I'm going to take both of these. Actually, I'm going to take all three of these just to get rid of our Red Heart HP. And then we can either re-roll if we wanted to. Good. We can re-roll this now, or we can wait. With this setup, I'm willing to wait a little bit just because we do have a lot of potential scaling here with Polyphemus, obviously. Us having flying as well as Guppy's Collar is also kind of like keeping me grounded in this run. But we'll see. It's totally modular right now with our position. We can go any which way we want right now. I would love to get more movement speed, obviously. I don't know what the D8 has ultimately done to our movement speed because it's complicated by the fact that we have experimental treatment, and that's kind of like screwing things up. So we can't really get a good read on the baseline of our stats because we've had multiple shuffles happen at once, thanks to experimental treatment and the D8 via the D100. Wow, we're getting so many soul hearts, man. Liking this. But is it enough for us to play the sack room? No, we do not have enough HP to do that with, unfortunately. Looking at our items as well, I mean, fast bombs isn't really doing anything for us. Tropicamide is kind of whatever. The HP is gone, and the Black Lotus is also not helping us either. So we have some reasons to re-roll. We'll see how it shakes out. Yeah, it's good to know there's another sacrifice room here. So many people tell me I need to try the Popeyes non-spicy chicken sandwich, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm planning on doing it this week if I haven't already, because I'm actually really hungry. But like I'm one of those type of people who, like, if I really really like something, like, I get obsessed over it, and then I'll make myself sick over it. Like, I don't want to make it to where, like, I'm sick of chicken sandwiches yet, but I've definitely had them for lunch multiple times over the weekend. Lunch and dinner, because I'm like, well, I could go get, like, chicken fingers, or I could go get barbecue or something like that, or I could have myself a chicken sandwich. I do like myself some chicken sandwich, and they're, like, you know, they're pretty cheap, so let me go back and get that Tinted Rock real quick. But I will make that my weekly homework this week, is I will go try Popeye's non-spicy chicken sandwich, because so many people from the Mosh Pit tell me that it's actually amazing. So I've got to try it. Right now, my chicken sandwich of choice, as much as I like the KFC one, there's just something about the Jack in the Box one that's just slightly better to me. I don't know what it is. I like the crispiness of the Jack. I honestly like their bread better than the KFC bread. Although with the KFC one, I can also get them KFC mashed potatoes, y'all. That's hard to pass up. I think we all know how I feel about that. But I'm hoping that the Popeyes one is very, very, very good. I have high expectations, let's put it that way. Yeah, Lack of Energy would do a lot of damage with Polyphemus, but I don't like the shot speed down of it. I want my shots to travel through to the target. I don't want them to travel into one another and then stop midair. Yes, they do a huge explosion, that sort of thing. Especially with Polyphemus, it would cause a significant amount of damage. But I still like being able to shoot things and have them like being pushed back by my shots with the knockback, that sort of stuff. So this isn't really a Navi type thing, because in my opinion, there is a definite negative downside to Lack-A-Frig. And it's also just one of those items I just don't like there very much, unless if I have like Brimstone, if I have Deadeye, something like that. X0, wow, Frail was coming out hot right there. Good damage there from Multidimensional Baby. We get Sty. So I'm going to stick with the Book of Shadows. I think we're done with the D1 Hizzle. Yeah. I'm very tempted to use the Satanic Bible here. Reason being is because I think with Polyphemus and also with one Guppy item, the upside here is very, very, very high. For us to get something like a Mom's Knife, something like a Brimstone. You know, we don't need Book of Shadows here, as you see, as evidenced by us getting the Empty Vessel Shield, which is way more powerful than the Book of Shadows one. Saying that pseudo piercing is helping us out, especially with the shot speed up that we're getting through shooting through the Multidimensional Baby, getting those doubled shots and everything. But we really, really want, if we can somehow muster the luck to get 2020, that would be amazing. That would remove the tears penalty that we have currently with Polyphemus. We just need a tears up as well. And again, with us having experimental treatment, we have absolutely no clue what our base tears rate is, but it's low. Just like our movement speed and our shot speed, it's very, very low. Hierophant, wow, we're getting so much HP, man. See, now is the time when we want to see a sacrifice room on this floor here. Empty Vessel proc. Empty Vessel, by the way, is a shield that's going to proc on either the 20, the 40, or the 0 of the minute, depending on which time it proc previously. So this is the room that you want piercing shots and spectral tears on. You know, these chubs here. Okay, so I'm gonna Blackheart bomb Bighorn here, then use the Satanic Bible to get a little bit of extra damage. That is a ton of damage there with Polyphemus. The Guppy's Paw. It's our second Guppy item. Okay. So that worked out pretty well. And a Krampus fight. Lump of Coal will be huge here for scaling with Polyphemus. Just saying. And of course we don't get it. The Head of Krampus, however, is also going to be huge with the damage of Polyphemus. So we say thank you to the Satanic Bible. And let's go back here. Because I feel like we don't need the Book of Shadows anymore, right? Like, as long as we maintain 0 red heart containers, we really don't need the on-demand shield whenever we can just get it. If we time it with the timer correctly, I don't know why I said that sentence so weirdly, then we can basically anticipate when it's going to go off next time. So ideally, right now, like, first off, you have to be in an active room. Secondly, I'm pretty sure that it's going to kick off at 20. So we could do something like this, where we just wait for the mark that we know, or at least that we think the shield is going to go off. No, it's on the 40. Okay. Good to know. I haven't been paying attention to the timer, to be fair. So, okay, so it's going to go off on 1640. So we wait another 8 seconds before we go into this active room, and then right as soon as we get in there, it should pop, and then we go in with Mom's Razor Blade. Unless, of course, it's not an active room and it wants to make me look like a moron. That is Isaac for you, baby. So it's a slow roll right now, but with Polyphemus Head of Krampus, we are going to be doing buku damage to things. And if they somehow live through that, we're going to see if we can try to finagle the beam through Multidimensional Baby to get even more damage with Brimstone. Curse of Darkness. Trying to hit those other fires, but apparently I missed them. There we go. So it popped on 1720. So the next time that the shield will go off will be on 1800. No, it's going to be... It's either 18 minutes or 1840. It's one of those two. So if you are astute enough of an observer to see when the last shield procced, you can reasonably anticipate whenever the shield's going to go off. Pretty sure it's going to be 18 minutes, but I could be wrong. 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah, so it's 1840. Or maybe it's 1820. I don't know. Let's try to time it either on the 20, the 40, or the 0 on the minute. That's the only time that will go off. Saw the damage there from Multidimensional Baby and Brimstone. Very, very strong combo we have here, and that's the scaling that I was talking about. Now, I just wish that we weren't. I wish that we weren't so dependent on the Head of Krampus to do the damage, but c'est la vie. Drop a bomb here and get ourselves a slightly better chance of a Devil Deal. Pick up Voodoo Head as well, which is going to give us supposedly increased Curse Room rewards, which hopefully lead us to getting Guppy. Now, if we end up getting Guppy, that would be massive because, again, our base damage is so high thanks to Polyphemus. Our fly damage is also going to be insane. We just need to get Tears up, really, is all we need. All we want. Charm of the Vampire is going to give us another nice little damage upgrade here thanks to the Polyphemus damage multiplier bonus. And we should absolutely wreck shop on the gate here. Didn't really have a good lineup there with Multidimensional Baby, but still. How he goes. And we do get a Tears up here with eye drops. Actually, not one of the few times where I don't mind having eye drops is with Polyphemus because we do shoot so slow. Getting those multiple tears coming out is going to be pretty mega. Yeah, Rotten Baby. Rotten Baby is going to allow us to deal lots and lots and lots of damage with our flies. And that's just going to be even more damage to pump whenever we do get Guppy eventually, hopefully. Nice little triple shot there. It's always fun. That goes Pride, no big deal. So yeah, if we can just manage to get just a little bit more movement speed now, I think that we are definitely set. We'll say there's definitely going to be no extra innings today. We have daily plans coming up here that I'm trying to sneak a recording in. But getting a Polyphemus run here with like No Mom's Knife or, well, I mean, really, Polyphemus runs tend to go pretty strong throughout the entire, in the majority of the run, most of the time. There are times when Polyphemus is definitely a downside. Maybe we have any evil items, except Black Lotus, maybe, but. Wow, okay. Oh, you missed the... There you go. So they're going to stick with the Head of Krampus. It just deals more damage than Red Candle here. Tigger might be here. It's hard to tell. Definitely have loved to have gotten the 4.5 volt or Nun's Habit or anything like that. The reason why I wowed that Pink Champion earlier, that Pink Champion Dark Charger, is because I cannot believe that it survived a shot. Polyphemus, oh man. Backstabber is going to be huge here. Backstabber is always a welcome addition to any build. Cambion Conceptions, Cambion, whatever. We do get Guppy, baby. Now we're cooking. So because we have Voodoo Head, we should see a second Curse Room coming up soon. And now is when the damage is really going to start popping off here. And we're going to be happy that we stuck with this build with Polyphemus over re-rolling it with the D1 Hizzle. You rotten baby. Appreciate it. You see there the flies are created. The Guppy flies are triggered by the Head of Krampus. As long as our tiers are making contact with an enemy, we will spawn a fly. And I'm going to go back over here to see the other Curse Room. The reason why this map spawns so weirdly. Or you get Voodoo Head on this floor? Am I tripping? Might be tripping. Okay, so I'm going to take the Fool card, and I will also take Your Soul, just to give us an extra shot here. I'm not expecting him to live, but, you know, it's still or Found Soul. It's still an extra shot. Oh, man. Absolutely take the negative for even more damage here. And now I will take Cambion Conception. So we go back down to empty vessel territory, and, yeah, we're moving. Curse of the Blind. Quick reminder, if you're wondering who does all our amazing thumbnails for us, most of the thumbnails anyway, is Alex Agramonopolis, which you can find his information down in the information box. I've been seeing an uptick in people asking me who does the thumbnails, and yeah, you can find Alex's information down there. I always make sure that he gets credited for his work. He does good stuff, and I've been hearing that he's been getting more and more commissions too, which is awesome for him. Gonna resist the temptation to burn the Head of Krampus in here. Not that we need it, because you see there with Backstabber, we are absolutely smoking things now. Yeah, Fallen, you are not long for this world, Fallen. I guess Fallen, we get Twisted Pair. Oh man, and I am going to pass on that. I do not know what I'm taking. Twisted Pair did give us, unfortunately, it did give us Conjoined, which is a little bit of a bummer. But we still gain, you know, we still get more shots. We still gain another way to get more flies and everything. So it's not that big of a deal with this current build, but most of the time, Conjoined, that's another thing that a lot of people get funny over, is like, how come you don't like Conjoined? It's like, well, there's a couple reasons why I don't like Conjoined. Damage down. It shoots out an extra shot that you have no control over where the destination is. Always be in control of your outgoing damage. I say that again and again. It is one of the golden rules of playing Isaac. Black Candida. Black Candida is going to lift the Curse of Darkness. Oh, another library. How many libraries is this? We might actually go through the entire library. The books total. Oh no, not Found Soul. I am going to stick with the Book of Secrets so we have mapping, because we straight up just don't need the Head of Krampus anymore, especially after getting Backstabber. And we've gone the wrong way. All right. All right. Not a fan of conjoined. If you get something like tractor beam that negates the triple shot that Isaac shoots out the side of his ears or whatever, it can be pretty good as a shot multiplier. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to go through this entire run without finding a movement speed upgrade. I'm going to stick with Found Soul just because it is an extra shot that we can get another Polyphemus shot out of. Now goes Mom's Heart. If we had more movement speed, I would definitely go fight Old Hushy because we definitely have enough money for it. To get one more additional item or two, but see what we can get out of this judgment here. Now, if we end up getting HP upgrade, I probably wouldn't take it. I will take treasure map though. That is just going to. It's like having the Book of Secrets, except -1 step. Go to this way of the curse room for free because we've got flying, and then we can just bomb our way out. Go straight to Stanley. But, you know, it was a good run overall. We had a very, very mediocre start, which turned into an amazing start thanks to the D100 and Polyphemus. Then getting a Guppy run to boot is it's a good way to start the new week. Is our soul buddy still alive? I think he is. Nope, not anymore. As soon as I said something. Oh no, Found Soul, how could we ever live without you? You're such an integral part of this organization. Belial, man, we have seen every single book here. I'm not gonna take Sack Altar. Yeah, I did something. I don't know what if I just slept weird or if I slept on like a weird fold in the sheets or something. But like the left side of my whole entire back is totally messed up today. To the point like it woke me up last night because it was hurting so bad. I was like, what the heck did I do to it? I think I just slept really, really weirdly. It's like one of my hips was hurting too, and I'm like, why do I have hip pain? I don't know, man. I don't know what's been going on. But one thing I do know what's going on here is that we're absolutely going to win this run easy peasy style. And it's a fantastic way to kick off the new week here. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you to DNA for giving our very first ever Mosh Pit question of the episode ever. And it was a good one. And I expect to see more like that one and beyond. So thank you for watching. Have a great start to your week, everyone. Hope your weekends were awesome. Remember, submit those questions of the episode down below. The most upvoted one will be read on next week's episode. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. As always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Sampudu, Nathan Trumbo, and Bryson Wills. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find down below or by going to the patreon.com/Invicta.